The Bible tells us that we should go into the world and preach the gospel, right? But our lives and our testimonies are really the gospel message that we are supposed to be preaching to the world. As a means of encouragement, Paul came to the Corinthian Christians to share some of the challenges that he, as their leader, was going through, which means this is normal. It's normal for leaders to go through challenges. He shared how God brought them through these challenges, some of the lessons that he learned, and some of the virtues that he developed in the midst of this trial. And when we look at 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 8, on the second part, he says, we were crushed, we were overwhelmed beyond our ability to endure. We thought that we would die. That's how bad the pain was. Verse 9, it says, in fact, we expected to die, but as a result, we stopped relying on ourselves and learned to rely only on God, who raises the dead. So there's several lessons just from that short verse that as leaders we could learn from Paul. The first lesson is that they learned that they were insufficient of themselves. And so they had to stop relying on themselves and put their full reliance on God. Our sufficiency is not of ourselves. Our sufficiency is of Christ. Now, what is it that made them to be able to rely on God so confidently, even when they were at the verge of dying? They had come to that point where they understood that even if we die, the God that we know, that we have experienced, and we know his track record, we know that he's a God who raises the dead. He's like, so we will put our confidence in this God. Because even if we die, he will raise us from the dead. Wow, that is another level. That is another level of reliance on God. So their past history of the doings of God is what kept the faith in them. Can you go back to the different things that God has brought you through? That should be an anchor for you to remember that it doesn't matter what you go through. God, because he was able to bring you back then, he is able to deliver you even this time around. Encourage yourself using the previous challenges that God has brought you through, and let that be your assurance that he will bring you through this one too. Paul was able to rely on past experience. He said, and he did rescue us from mortal danger, and he will rescue us again. We have placed our confidence in him, and he will continue to rescue us. The same God, yesterday, today, and forever. The last thing we can tell that he was able to rely on the Corinthian Christians for prayer. So he had sent word that they should pray for him. Verse 11, you are helping us by praying for us. Then many people would give thanks because God has graciously answered so many prayers. So another lesson we can draw from there is that leaders don't have to go through the challenge themselves. Yes, it's true that many people come to us to solve their problems, but it doesn't mean that you have to go through the challenges you're going through by yourself. You can rely on the Christians, even other people that you have confidence in, to stand in the gap of prayer with you. Because not only is it going to be an encouragement to you, but also you also have a cloud of witness of when God brings you through that challenge. There will be many more people who will stand to say, yes, we saw God bring you through this and this. Yes, we saw God answer this prayer that we prayed for. You don't have to go through the challenge on your own.